I knew it. No, she literally made this one smaller. It is smaller. She did that on purpose. Try these on. These are like extra large. XXL. Where the fuck are these in? You want to go outside, Orly? You want to go potty? You want to go outside and go potty? Huh? Okay. Gonna go. See, it's always giving me a hard time. There we go. outside. You can go potty outside. Hello, hello. Yeah? Yeah? All right, let's go. Come on, let's go outside. I ate an entire package of cherries yesterday. And it was good. love this so much. I can take these down a little bit. If I just ran them through the sewing machine, like right here, if it would just make them just tight enough that they would actually be usable for swimsuit bottoms. I feel like it just needs like an inch off of, half an inch off each side. There's a leather needle in my sewing machine right now. Spread everything. I don't think I want to do that. My mom's name is Lainey. I've never seen anyone else who spells it the same. Thank you, Sprinkle Cake. Sam is the only person I recognize in here. Thanks, Lexi. Hi, Carly. Good morning. I'm in Oregon, Sally. I am in a 40-foot school bus. No, Max, this is not a place for children. Hey, Moth. Hey, Olivia. Oh, I don't know. You know, just existing. I had a resurgence of troll behavior yesterday on my social media, so I figured that I would just let them know they're welcome. Do please comment. Please let me monetize your hate. Yes, Natalie, I do live in this bus. That one lady, Olivia, is just like obsessed with all caps. It's just, you know, voice text doesn't type in all caps for you. So when I see someone yelling in text and it's like all caps, I know they actually typed all that out. They didn't voice text that because voice text won't do that. So, like, They literally sat, typed it out, all that shit. I mean, like, honest to God, if she put that energy, the energy this woman has to type, if she would put that into, like, I don't know, something productive, she could literally do something with herself instead of being chronically online and judging people who have lives and exist in the world. You know, she could actually become a person who exists in the world or has a community of people who want to, like, engage with her. You know? String cheese, oh my God. My Aunt Mara is a bluegrass musician. My Uncle Billy and my Aunt Mara are both bluegrass musicians. My Uncle Billy has been in this band called The Grass is Dead and Crazy Fingers for a really long time. He is one of the best mandolin players probably in the world. He's amazing. He's really cool. Really cool guy. Yep, there is markers on my face. Texting in all caps isn't so offensive. It implies that someone is yelling. And when you're yelling in text, you have to sit and type it all out. I was making an anecdotal comment about it. I'm just figured that today I might as well just, like, monetize the hate. Let them come. Let them come. Oh, I need to go open the back door to the bus. Let's go open the bus. Whatever. 33%. 40. Ironically, don't grow a single drop of weed. No. It's almost like you can't judge a book by its cover. Suck his balls. Accidentally perfect. Chicken TV is the best TV. It's almost as good as Walmart TV. Chicken TV is pretty good. Some of the best parts about living in a bus or RV or motorhome or van or whatever is you get a front row seat to like Walmart TV. You get to park in the parking lot and just watch the people do like weird shit out your window. It's fucking awesome. But here on property, we got chickens instead of crazy Walmarts. Peoples. Alright. You can? Wow. Damn, that fucking amber and sandalwood shit, they must have really reformulated it for the better. I thought they made it a weaker scent, but my son says that my armpits smell good. It almost made me cry because as a teenager, the thing I was the most insecure about was body odor. I was not insecure about the way I looked, really. I mean, I guess I always felt like I was fat because I had a fucking uterus. And I was a teenager in the heroin chic era. So I didn't realize that females were supposed to have female shape. But yeah, so I was insecure about body odor. My body odor smelled like onions when I was a teenager. It was so bad. Like so bad. I smelled so bad. And you know what actually made that go away? Ironically enough, the harder I tried to be clean, the more I smelled bad. If you shave your armpits and you use soap, bar soap, and you live in the United States of America or anywhere that has even the slightest hard water, you just have soap residue all over you, and it's like, it's making that stink. That's why and you use deodorant that literally like sticks to your skin, and you don't like detox that, like wipe it away with like rubbing alcohol and really get that shit away. So it like builds up over time, completely clogging your pores, and it makes you stink. And it stains all your clothes. It's gross. If you let your armpit hair grow, you don't have body odor. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. But it takes about 6 months to detox off of conventional deodorant. This stuff is the best. This is the best deodorant I have ever discovered in the entire planet. And I'm telling you, like, I had insecurity about my body odor smelling like onions. I have always had strong, stinky body odor because I have high acid. I like to drink coffee, and I didn't drink water when I was a teenager. So if I let my body get really high acid, if I consume high acidic foods or drinks or whatever, I will smell like onions, bad. But if I just drink a lot of water, that doesn't happen. And also, this is just magnesium salt. That's all this is. It's literally, it's salt. You just get your armpit wet, like after a shower, you're clean, you're fresh, right? You rub it on, and then you dry it. You let it dry with the fan. Conscious robot, that's because I'm blonde. I'm a natural blonde. My hair is naturally clear blonde. My eyebrows are tattooed on, or microbladed, like 8 years ago. So you can see my eyelashes have a little mascara on them. They stick out to here. You can't see them, but they do. My dad's nickname was called, they used to call my dad Cotton Pit. That was his nickname growing up in high school. Hey, Cotton Pit. Because he just had like blonde hair. It's doing it again, man. I can't wait to get a laptop. Oh. There we go. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing all the chat. I wasn't seeing all the chat. How does YouTube decide what's top chat and what's not? You can't vote on people's comments or anything. Yeah, I fake being a redhead. I've never faked being a redhead. I have videos, actually, the video that I'm most known for on the internet, I have 16 million views for, is the video of me dyeing my hair. So, not much fraud going on here. Oh, I see now, you're just an idiot. I use, I don't use chemical hair dye. I use henna, and so it's just like plant material. And the only thing I put in the plant material, what? What? You want to eat it first? Go ahead. I'll wait for you. Go ahead. Oh, you can't even see. If I start to brush him, he'll stop eating. Well, maybe not. Oop. I don't want to pull it and hurt him while he's trying to eat in such an awkward angle. Yeah, you missed that sky rays, and I saw that. You're literally drooling all over yourself. Good job. Did you get it all? Did you get it all? I love you too. You ready? Lay down. Okay, lay down. Lay down. I'll brush you. Yes, I'm gonna brush you. Lay down. Okay, lay down. Go ahead. Good boy. I think I need a cold. You smell like corn chippies, my little doggy. He's not a dog, he is actually a lion and a gorilla squished together. Silverback gorilla lion had a baby and an orderly came out. Let's rock a lion and a silverback gorilla got together. Oh, it's coming out, buddy. Is it too scratchy? Yeah, okay. I won't use that one anymore. Use this one? Okay. I know you hate it, I'm sorry. I gotta get your back, okay? Hold on. I know. I'm sorry. Okay, all done. All done with this side. Do you want to roll over and I can do the other side? You want to roll over? You want to roll over? No, you want more treats? Okay. Dude, he's the coolest dog ever, dude. Like, granted, I'm his owner, so like, you know, there's gonna be a level of like coolness that I find that like other people aren't gonna find because he's like my dog, right? But like, I literally hit the dog jackpot. Sometimes I think that the reason God made my path divert the way that it did, instead of like, so I bought my property to create a community for single moms. I kept seeing all these girls talk about like, oh, we should, you know, let's buy land with our friends, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. And so I did it, right? But then like the day that I moved here, or that I bought the property, the girl who I invited with me literally betrayed me, fucked me over, and has now taken over all of my property and has made my life a living hell. And that's why I am suffering without water, and because like she sabotages my systems, and I've had to like spend thousands of dollars trying to, and I just can't anymore. I just can't anymore. So I'm done now. I'm going to I'm gonna get myself into a little motorhome and whatever. But I think that my reason. What? Well, if you roll over, I'll do your other side. I told you that. You want to roll over? Stand up and roll over. I'll brush your other side. I know what I got for you. What is that? What is that? I know you want me to brush your other side, but if you roll over, I'll do it. Anyway, so sometimes I think that all of that bad shit happened and that like my plans were ruined and like whatever. I think that the reason that God allowed me to get as far as I did in this process is literally so that I would come to this town and be in this area so that I could be at exactly the right place and time to take this dog up into my love and care. Like, and now that I have the dog and I've realized that this isn't the place for me, now the universe is aligning and making all the things to help me get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to take my dog on the coolest fucking adventure literally ever. I am going to take him to the beach. I'm going to get like one of those like leash things that is like, it's actually just like, they have them at construction sites. It's like a giant spool of cord or whatever. I'm going to give him like literally like 300 fucking yards of cord. And I'm just gonna let him go fucking crazy at the beach. I can't wait, because like in Oregon and California, like where I plan on going, I know where there are beaches where there's like nobody. And you have to walk like a half a mile in the sand to even get to the place that I want to take him, where he can just run around free. And we can go explore caves. There's really cool caves like at this one beach where you like, if you aren't careful, you can get stuck in the caves. Like, it's dangerous. So like you actually have to be really mindful of the times that you go out there, because it's about 1,000 feet away from the shoreline, the big pile of rocks. So you have to like go to the beach and then like walk out towards the water, get to the rock encroachment, and then go and adventure around. And we got hit by a rainstorm one time, and then the tide started coming in, and it was really actually scary, but you know, it was fun running with Elliot in the rain. Let me see my phone. Be right back. I gotta check on my kiddo. Yeah, poor life choices definitely led me to buy land for cash outright. Okay, yeah. Yep, poor life choices definitely screwed me up here. You know, the only poor life choice that I made was specifically trusting someone enough to put them on the title of my property. That's the only thing that I fucked up on. But that's just because I'm trustworthy, and so I just assume that people who make you believe that they are trustworthy for years are trustworthy. But, you know, some people aren't, and that's okay. I'm not going to stop me from doing nice things for people, that's for sure. So Carlos, that's actually that's so like, you know, once you know what motivates someone, you'll know like kind of how they tick. That's what motivates me, is freedom. I need to be able to wake up when I want to do what I want throughout the day. I want to make money my own way. I want to move through the world as I was designed as a human to do. I don't want to wake up and go work for someone else so that they can get rich, while I literally sacrifice my child's entire childhood just to fucking make it so that he can survive. No, I'm going to do whatever I can do to make sure that my son gets to spend as much time with me as possible, and as with his dad as possible, so that we get to watch our child grow and we get to show him how to be a fucking person, how to be a good, kind, loving, generous, respectable adult. And he is not going to be around a group of all people his own same age. Like, why would I want to learn from a bunch of people who don't know the same things I don't know. Why would I want to hang around a bunch of people who don't know the same things? I want to be around people who know more than me so I can learn from them. And that is what we're supposed to do with our children. But instead, we just cluster them all together in little herds because we need them to be somewhere so that we could go work jobs to put roofs over their heads. And I think that's bullshit. And I think that we are all fooled. We've all been lied to. And the way that we can all actually be wealthy and have financial freedom is through communal living. No, not in a commune where you fucking share a kitchen and your heart centers, you're holding hands, but none of that shit. You can literally get together. If everyone can come up with like $10,000, you get 10 friends together and you can afford to purchase enough land to have a neighborhood, like 20 or 30 acres. You could have everyone spread the fuck out. You could have animals. You guys could share the barns and share the responsibility of animal husbandry and gardening and shit. But you don't share your home with anyone. You get to have your own independence. But we've been lied to. We've been told as women that we're strong, independent women. We don't need no man, which isn't fucking true. We need each other. We all need each other. We need our mothers. We need our sisters. We need our aunts. We need our fathers. We need our uncles. We need our brothers. We need to come together and live in a way that is more harmonious with our way of, we're humans. We are designed to function in a certain way. And when we try to live in a way that is civil and humane and in a society's like rule boxes, we start getting depressed, anxious, crime starts going up. Shit show action. Look a fucking around you and you tell me that the way things have been going is delivering good results. It's not. People were happier 100 years ago. Why? Because the nuclear family was made a priority. We need to try to make it work with our families in spite of the fact that we have problems. We need to be, and that's, I mean, you can only do so much. Obviously, you can't work for you can't make your family do anything. That's my problem. I can't make my family do anything. So I can do everything I can do on my end, but everyone has to be in on the participation game or it doesn't really work, right? But I'm just going to continue to be the change I want to see in the world. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I think the world should be doing, because if you want to call me crazy, that's fine. You'll call me crazy up until it fucking works. You know what I mean? Then it works and you'll be like, oh wow, how'd she do it? So, you know, Glenn, it's not just Joe, and no, that would not solve the problem. Orly! Get back over here. Oh, do you want to go outside and bury it? Okay. Okay. Oh my fucking God, you guys. Like, look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Orly. Orly. Orly, you want to go outside? He's got his pig's ear. He wants to. Do you want to go outside and bury your pig's ear? Come on, let's go outside. Get your bone. Get it. Come on. Get it. Come on. Get it. Come on. Let's go outside. Get your bone. Get your pig's ear and come on. Don't you want to go outside? What? Were you doing that just to get my attention? So that you could try to milk me into petting you more? Look at you. You are such a ham bone. I have to go put gas in the generator so that I can run the fan. How about you stay right here for just a minute? Real quick. So this is why I live the way I do, you guys, just to show you. Like, obviously this is a disaster, but hold on, let me show you. Damn, everything is so overgrown from the summer you can't see. So that is a river. There's a bridge right there. So there's the river. I guess it's a creek right now. But so the creek runs all the, so that's my front door. And there's the creek. You know? Freedom. There are no people. Well, except for my neighbors, but you know. Oh my gosh, look, you guys. I've got fucking vegetables growing. just randomly. More vegetables growing. This is from when I was doing, oh, more vegetables growing. I did, what is it called? Oh, fucking chickens. God damn it. Man, I hate chickens. This is fucking wild opium. This is called opium lettuce. The chickens have absolutely demolished it. They're all high as kites. But so anyway, this stuff, if you take the sap from this plant, it's milky. It is literally opium. Like, it is, it's a natural alternative to opium. It's non-addictive, and you will absolutely, I've been too afraid to experiment with it. Like, I read about it and stuff, but I don't trust my skills to identify plants quite enough to experiment with like taking anything or eating anything unless like I'm 1000% sure. So the chickens have gone to town on it. I was gonna just let it grow, and then I was going to talk to my friend Sherry about it, and then I was thinking about like distilling down and making a concentrate, because it's totally legal and it will make you feel exactly like you took an opiate. So like if there's ever an instance where you're in pain or you've hurt yourself, and like, you know, living out in this environment, you get hurt sometimes, and I don't want to give my kid I don't give my kid Tylenol for fuck's sake. So it'd be nice to have something that, you know, if like something serious happens, that we can have something on hand. But like I said, I'm too afraid to go experimenting with stuff that I'm not 100% sure about. And so I haven't really messed with it yet, but it is pretty cool to look into. You should, it grows wild in everybody's yard. It will not take away dope sickness. It will not make you, if you're addicted to opiates, it will not satisfy your brain's need for those things or whatever, but it will 100% help with detox. If you're trying to get clean, it will help so fucking much. It'll make it so that you can sleep, so that you can eat, and so that you can function without the shakes and stuff. So I've read. I wonder what kind of vegetables those are. I think they're like some kind of squash. Come on, chickens. I'm sorry I don't have any bugs for you, but I got this gruel. I know you don't really like it. That's what I got. They hate this food. They hate it. But it was free, so that's what we got. Can't afford. Cannot afford the stuff that I normally feed my chickens, especially if we're not eating all the eggs like they need to be eaten. Cannot afford to feed them the most expensive chicken food on the planet. What a good boy. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Why don't you eat your breakfast? What's going on with you? All right. Better eat it before the flies get on it. flies get on it, they'll lay eggs and then it'll be yucky. It'll be sick. You're gonna eat it. Oh, it's a fucking oven in here. So my client gave me these Dolly Locks products to try. I don't like products on Dreadlocks. I actually am a huge anti-product kind of person. I've actually told my clients don't ever buy this stuff, but because it was free, I'm going to show everyone why we don't do this. So then maybe my clients will understand. Keep that sky raising. I'm not doing this one. I don't think I'm gonna do this one. We'll find out. Elliot, where are my glasses? Shit. How am I going? Okay. Doesn't say. It literally doesn't say. I don't like the way it feels on my hands. It smells okay. It definitely has, like, I don't know if you can see, but it's like not really wet anymore. But it very much, you see that? Look at that stiffness. The hair is like, Why would you ever want to put something that does this in your dreadlocks? That is residue. That right there, everything that's holding my hair in a stiff way, is residue. If you put this on your dreadlocks, that's going to go down into the body of the dreadlock, and it's going to be, like if you have long hair like me, it's going to be impossible to get it out of the dreadlock length, because you would have to sit there like... You ever try to get dish soap out of a sponge before? Like all the way out? You just can't. That's what that's like. And it will turn into gummy, like add some skin, a little bit of bacteria, oil, some dust, some lint, maybe some pillow feather fiber. You're asking for some trouble inside those dreadlocks. And so like when dreadlocks grow out of your scalp, it's like a shape like this. It turns into a cylinder, but it's like a bowl with a V. So like that's the middle of the dreadlock right there coming directly out of your skin. There's like a gap here. And so skin flakes get trapped into the center of a dreadlock. It's like this, the way that they grow. And so it's just pulling anything inside, like a fucking sausage. You spray a bunch of crap on there, you're just adding to the, that's why you gotta scrub your scalp so well when you have dreadlocks. It's you focus on scrubbing your scalp very well. Obviously getting any stuff out of the length, but really you're focusing on your scalp because that is the start of your hair. So it's really what you want to make sure is healthy and happy. If you go adding a bunch of product, now you're giving the skin and funk something to adhere into and encapsulate itself. So if you visualize like how soap works, soap molecule encapsulates a dirt molecule and makes it easy to flush away. Well, that same encapsulation is going to happen, and it's going to be stuck inside of your dreadlock. And then after time, it's not going to smell like soap. It's going to, or smash, whatever freshness this is. It's going to smell like funky, dirty, funky scalp. And that's going to be all the way down the length of your dreadlock. And you're like, why is my dreadlock stink? It's because residue. Can't do that. I only pat my scalp if like I absolutely can't reach my scalp like to scratch it, but no, I do like this. I've never been one to wear wigs or braids in my hair, so I've never had to train myself not to mess up my hair, you know? Well, cobwebs, that says more about you than it does dreadlocks, honestly. Sorry. My dreadlocks don't stink. As a matter of fact, I get complimented all the time about how good they smell. So, I mean, that's why you have to focus on cleaning your scalp. People would get dreadlocks and then they just think like, oh, I can just like rub my scalp like this and my hair is getting washed. No, you have to focus on every single square inch of your scalp. Think of it like quadrants. Visualize a grid on your scalp, and you start at the apex of your scalp, the very highest point of your scalp, and you work your way everywhere. You get the top, front, you get that front really good. 5 minutes later, you focus on, and then you work your way down. You never want to start at the bottom and work your way up, because you don't want to wash clean. You don't want to dirty on top of clean. So you start at the top and you work your way down, and you scrub every single square inch of your scalp until it is like Rubbermaid clean. Good job. So, I've never even seen meth before. Never even seen it up close. I don't grow weed. I don't smoke meth. I'm just literally a regular, I might look exciting, but I am so just like, I just want to like do as little dramatic stuff as possible. Get the can, Jerry. Good girl. Thank you, Anakin. I will never stop farting. You can't make me. You guys want to see something funny? Here, Anakin, I got something for you, baby. Hold on, I can make my armpits fart without my hands. I'm gonna wash you anyway. This is your reminder to wipe out your water cup. Or if you have enough water to spare, wash it out with soap and water. But I don't have enough water to spare. I have to go walk a quarter of a mile to go get water so that we can drink it. Thanks, Anakin. If I'm a little sweaty, it's way better. I can do both arms and I can it sounds like, if you imagine like, so when you're a woman, and I know this because I was fat once, I was like 220 pounds at one point. When you're fat and you're sitting on a hard surface and you fart, it comes up the front. And it makes this very specific Daffy Donald Duck sound. It is fucking hilarious, especially like in like a situation, girls camp situation where there's a bunch of girls around and everyone doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. So I've bore witness to some very interesting conversations between Donald and Daffy Duck, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the sound I can make with my armpits. It is so fucking funny. It's so funny. I will never stop. Besides, I have a 9-year-old son. Like, am I supposed to not be? Like, I can't escape fart jokes. Oh my God, the funniest fucking thing happened yesterday. So we went swimming yesterday, and he was swimming. There was a little girl, the neighbor, she was swimming, and so I was like, hey, I want to get you doing something majestic, like diving off that rock, do it again, like whatever. So I get a visual of her like diving off the rock and swimming so majestic, and then I just pan the camera over to where the boys are, and literally Elliot's going, fart, fart, poopy fart man, I'm the fart man, I'm the turd man. And I was just like, oh man, all right, well, that sums it up right there. That sums it up right there. If that didn't get, like, boys versus girls. poopy fart man! Oh, I can't wait to have a sink and nothing splashes anymore. All over my floor, all over my floor. No more splashing all over the floor. I will never allow myself to get put in this situation ever again. I will never allow anyone else the opportunity or power to do this to me ever again. Oh, that fucking hair stuff is on my hands. Damn it. Straw's gonna taste like hair chemical. What, bud? You wanna go outside? Oh, did you just discover your food bowl full of food? Good job. Oh, I should get back to the birds. Oh, they're literally waiting. They're hiding under the bus waiting for me to do it. Never again will I sacrifice my independence to help someone again. Never again will I ever, never, ever will I. You better get out of there. Never, ever, ever will I ever, ever again. He's like just taken to going and getting his own pig's ears now. Not an old school bus. I mean, I guess it's old. 2004 was a long time ago, wasn't it? There are probably people in this chat who were born after 2004. Me, I was 20 in 2004. I was already a whole ass adult. Hey, Terry. Y'all better watch out. Terry's in the chat now. She don't fuck around. The mods are here now. You can't move closer to the well. Sometimes you can't live close to the well. You have to live where there's grazing, good grazing for your animals. You have to live where there's good position for sun versus wind so that you can utilize the sun and the wind on the south-facing slopes. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't live right next to the well. Not only that, but if you live near the well, you'll pollute the well. Living far away from the well ensures the well's survival, actually. So you got to think with the land, not take it and it's mine. You're literally only going to be alive to this planet like an ant. So you can't just make shit all you and only care about your little life when there's a whole bunch of people that were before you that cared about it enough to make it possible for you to have it. And so you also have to steward it for the future. So that means doing what's right, not what's easy. Olivia, it's been, you haven't been, I didn't even think about that. I should have warned you. I was on an I don't give a fuck, like, let them go today. Or was it Angel? Oh, it was Angel, yes. I just wouldn't want to bother you guys. I didn't want to bother the admins, you know, and so I was like, fuck it, you know what? Let the admins have their day. Instead of sitting here and watching my lives, let them do their thing. And then I'll just let them go crazy. Angel of Glass, I need you to, I do need to, can you add me on Discord? I know, Terry, but, like, you know, I don't like, it's a lot. And I can't pay you, and so it bothers me. Dude, I don't like this stuff. Why would I want to put this in my dreadlocks? I guess it's safe to say I'll never be getting a fucking brand deal with Dollylocks. Impressions by Yang. So the thing is that you gotta, like, when you put yourself out there, you know, it's basically like, you gotta think of it in terms of, if I were a street performer, okay, and I'm not performative in that way, so I wouldn't ever really actually, but let's just, you know, let's say I was one of those people who was a statue, right? Okay, I'm using this example specifically because of someone else. I'm using someone else's example. You should watch this video on YouTube. It's a TED Talk by Amanda Palmer, and it's called The Art of Asking. Okay, so anyway, so if I was one of those statue women, right? Every time someone gives you $1 or coins, you give them a flower and you smile, right? Now, if I was doing that, right? If I was like someone just standing on the side of the road in any town, USA, right? Doesn't matter where. What are the odds I would get weird looks? People would say fucked up things to me, get a real job. You know, what are the odds? And what are the odds, what are the odds that there will be people that are supportive, that are interested, that want to see, that are curious? You know what I mean? Like, most people are curious, but some just don't understand their own emotions, and they don't know the difference between frustration, anger, and passion, you know? So, like, people don't understand their own emotions, and because they don't understand their emotions, when they see something they don't understand, or maybe that they could literally never do, they get angry, or they have like a visceral reaction sometimes. Statistically speaking, this is me stand on the side of any road of the street, right? And just, what are the odds, statistically speaking, that they're going to be like good versus bad? You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand, when you put yourself on a platform of any kind, if you're not private and it's not literal friends only, the public has access to you. And statistically speaking, there are more ignorant and miserable people because it's been designed that way. So, you know, the people are the results of their, you know, product of their environment. It's just subliminal locks. That's the same. on Discord. Oh, you're Cashify. I knew it. I knew it. I've never seen a Caucasian with dreads. There's a portion of the hair that's still straight. No, this is just my fringe. It's just bangs. I have very thin, very fine hair in general. Like, my son has the same amount of dreadlocks I have on my entire head on the side of his head. He has like that same amount of, he has like probably close to 100 all over his whole head. Well, I shaved the underside, so probably half that now. He's probably got like 60 or so dreadlocks, whereas I have 25 or 26 maybe. I don't have very many dreadlocks, but I have very, very fine, very, very thin, very fine hair. It only looks thick because my hair is hennaed. When my hair is naturally blonde, it looks very, 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 very fine and very thin, and I look bold. Hey, Kim. Oh, be right back. Okay. I saw you. Poppy, I just have to see you and know you, and also follow you on others' platforms so I can like know who you are, you know, to verify that you're not a man. I don't want any men to be in my admin private space. Why do you care? Fucking nonsense. Harold, shut up. You're with friends here, baby. I love it. I love the word nonce. I love it so much. I wish that the United States used it because it is so fucking, I love that word. I love it. I love why it became the word that it is, how it became, I just love it. I love the word. The first time I ever heard it, I was watching, what is his name? I can never remember his name. Sargon? Something? I can't remember his name. The podcast of the Lotus Eaters, I was watching that. That was the first time I ever heard it. And I was like, what? That's like Smoko! I love that. I'm going on Smoko! So leave me alone! Obviously that's like Australia, New Zealand, but still. I'm American, so accents. So, to the guy who keeps asking where my kid is, I'm like never gonna tell you, so please stop asking. You're a man, you have, like, why do you care? No. There are a lot of minors in here that should be banned. As soon as they make themselves known, we'll ban them out, though. I don't know why YouTube, so dude, it's because of the fucking nonsense in YouTube and all of these corporate technocrat fucking shit that are intentionally trying to introduce children and adults. Why in the fuck is YouTube Live showing up on Roblox? Why? Roblox is full of them. It's nasty. I won't let my kid play Roblox. He's not allowed to have that game at all. They are very similar to the flags that you've seen on Mount Everest. Thanks, Joshua. I'm about to get a fifth wheel here soon. I'm selling everything. I'm selling everything I own, and I'm getting a nice badass truck, and I'm gonna get myself a fifth wheel, and I am hitting the road. Yeah, Lazarus, dude, it makes me uncomfortable. Listen, okay, stop. Like, you're a grown man. Why do you keep asking about my fucking kid, dude? Dude, okay. Type into the search bar here on YouTube, okay? Type in Roblox, dev, like developer, dev, and PDF file. You can type in the PEDO word. Do it. And you will see. There are plenty of YouTubers who have done deep dives on this shit, and it is frightening. I knew something was up on that shit anyway from the beginning because of the way my child would act when I would take it away. Like, when he was like 3 or something, like his dad downloaded a game that was free, Minecraft. That's what we thought it was. We thought it was like Minecraft but free. And so we let him have it. And then we just didn't let him do, like, obviously he was like 3 or something, 4. So we didn't let him do like online stuff, and he couldn't read anyway. So we would just, you know, when the way he would act when it was time to put the tablet away, he acted like a different person. And I was like, you acting like a junkie, dude. You're acting like I am coming between you and drugs right now. Like, you literally look like I did when I was like on a monster. And I am not about to like allow you to be touching anything that makes you anything like that. So I immediately took it away. He only played it maybe like 5 times total. And I honestly didn't even let him play Minecraft for a really long time because I was afraid of it being the same. I was like, fuck that. No, I didn't know anything about it. But he's allowed to play Minecraft now, but he's not allowed to play online. He can only play Minecraft when the internet is turned off. So. When Kim Kardashian's child grows up, we'll all be able to see for ourselves why you do not give children anything they want. What happens is you create adults who think that if they throw a fit to the level that they threw a fit, their mom would bend to them. So like if a kid throws a fit and every time they reach this one certain level, you're always like, okay, fine. They'll just go straight to that level. And then you just comply with them, right? So you are feeding that monster. Then when they grow up to be an adult, they think that if they do that same garbage to other adults in their lives, then they can just get whatever they want. And it does work a significant amount. But it don't work like that in my fucking house. I don't think so. Throw a fit all you want. Throw a fit all you want. I said, no, I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not going to change my mind. There's a reason that I said no to begin with, and you can out-logic me all you want with reasons why it could work, and technically this and technically that. But ultimately what it really comes down to is, I said no, and I am your mother, and I'm the boss. I pay for everything. Until when you can do your own laundry, wash your own dishes, get yourself ready for stuff, take yourself places, pay for stuff, you're able to make your own decisions. If you were 10 years old and you could do all those things for yourself, I would give you freedom of autonomy, because obviously look how irresponsible you are. You can make good choices for yourself. I would give you freedom of choice. But until that day, when I'm having to do all the work to care for you and keep you alive and do all this stuff, like while it's, the process is additional, and you're gonna have to just do what I say, because it makes a smoother process for mom to get everything done correctly and still be nice and pleasant and be able to have fun. But if mom is like met with struggles every step of the way and fighting back every step of the way, then by the time that we get to the end of the day when free time is up or ready, I'm not going to want to do that. You know what's funny is we actually could get rid of taxes. Taxation in the United States could 100% be dissolved, as well as our entire deficit that we have in our country, the trillions of dollars. That all could be gone if we dissolve the Federal Reserve and we take back our money. that the government is loaning to the military and all that. But we have to, it just got introduced on June 16th. Congressman Massey introduced a bill to dissolve the Federal Reserve, and he laid out a lot of very really logical, he's an MIT professor. Massey is awesome. He's a very smart man, just in general, and he's very logical. He's an engineer, so he uses that type of like, just, it is what it is. Like, it might not be pleasant, but this is what it is, so let's work with what we have, you know, like engineer mind. I love that. But anyway, so he introduced a bill, I think like on June 16th or June 17th, to dissolve the Federal Reserve. I highly recommend everyone go look at it and read what he's saying and try to understand like what he's trying to get across, because we should really all be behind this. If the creation of the Federal Reserve is why our country is garbage right now. It is why the monopolies happen. It's why our government has this power. And our dollars are not backed by gold. You know, Fort Knox with all the gold, it doesn't matter, because that's not what our dollar is backed by. Our dollar has been backed by oil. And Saudi Arabia just joined all BRICS and stuff. So our dollar is about to zero out. We are about to hit a fucking financial crisis like Argentina had in like the early 2000s if we're not fucking careful. And if we don't dissolve that Federal Reserve, we will be having that issue. So I highly recommend everyone just take a couple of days to absorb the information. Don't really comment on, I'm not gonna say anything more because I haven't done enough of absorbing of the information. This is just where I'm at so far, what I'm explaining to you. This is where my brain is so far. I'm going to be doing more research and, you know, looking into it a lot further. But I do know that all the problems really started, and if you think about it, the Titanic actually, all that shit went down for the creation of the Federal Reserve. Some of the most wealthy people that were on Earth who were against the creation of the Federal Reserve just happened to die. And so my great-great-grandfather was Henry Clay Frick. He was a steel magnate in Philadelphia and in New York. The Frick Museum in Manhattan, that is my great-grandfather's, the great-great-grandfather's. Anyway, so my family, there has been an open secret in my family that the Titanic was an inside job. It was an insurance scam that was perpetuated so that the Federal Reserve could be created. That's been in my family. That's just what my family has said. So that's an alleged thing. And then coincidentally, about 4 years ago, my son, who's obsessed with the Titanic, for God only knows why, I don't know. My son is obsessed with the Titanic. He found a documentary that literally says the Titanic was a fucking insurance scam. They flipped the Olympic or the Titans, the twin ships. They switched them because there was damage that happened to the hull during transport. And that is documented to have happened to the other ship. Just look into it. It's very interesting and how it all ties to the United States and our monetary system. It's fucking wild. And I'm telling you that, like, I believe it because of what I heard my family say, and then now I find a documentary about it. So I believe it. Because see, here's the thing. You got to realize also what's very important is look up the club, I think it's called the Lucky 13 Club. There is a group of men who had booked passage on the Titanic, but for whatever reason didn't make it on the ship and they survived. Just look it up. Look who all those men are. And look at just look at who they are. And you'll be like, that's interesting. You know? I don't want to say it because, you know. But anyway. Jamie, pull up Harold, I love you. I just notice things, and my little autistic and ADHD brain, all I do is notice things, and I can just see like, oh, well, that and that totally go together. I don't know how people haven't put that together. Like, these things are the same. There's a pattern here. Also, but like I'm saying, so my family has like serious money. Not my part of the family, not where my mom and not my grandma, my grandfather's side of the family. So my grandma married this dude, and he died in the late 80s, my grandfather. They were divorced already, and I was raised mostly by my grandmother. So, like, you know, I didn't trickle down into the money. My mom spent all of my inheritance and all of her inheritance within like 3 years of my grandfather's death. It was like a lot of money, like stock in IBM, CDs, stock in the fucking power company and the water company from like the 60s. So like it was very valuable stuff, and my mom just burnt it all up for it. So I don't have any money. So I didn't grow up immediately with money. So I grew up by my poor grandma, who was like raised in the North Carolina sticks, South Carolina sticks. But my grandfather's family, they're Hyatts, like the Hyatt hotels. The Pritzkers own that now, and they're like billionaires and shit. So, but anyway, so there was a Hyatt and a Frick who got married, and that is who I come from. So Frick is Henry Clay Frick, the steel magnate. There's the Frick Museum, I believe, in Philadelphia, and there's a Frick Museum in Manhattan, and that's my great-great-grandfather's homes that were converted to museums because he like collected all kinds of like fancy art shit. Again, don't have any of that money myself, haven't ever seen a dime of it, won't ever, but I'm grateful for that. I am so grateful that I didn't have money, because I would have been like a monster. And I am so grateful that I had to fall on my ass as much as I did and pick my own self back up with no one to come and rescue me, because it taught me to trust myself and respect myself. And I'm also not like a weenie who can't handle anything and has to call someone to rescue them. You know what I mean? So, I'm kind of grateful for that. It sucks, it hurts, but it's kind of like for my own good, you know? But, anyways, because of who my family is, I've heard talks, you know, people talk, rich people talk, you know, and there's just rumors. Also, the stuff, so here's another crazy fucking thing. So my mom, for years, now my mom is an absolute fucking monster. She is a fucking monster. She said for years, "Hi, Mama, are you home?" She said for years that her grandfather molested her and basically sold her to his rich friends. And her grandfather was he was obviously wealthy, but he was also an electrical engineer. He was like one of the youngest electrical engineers, like in the 1920s or something. So my mom said this, and as a kid, I honestly didn't believe her, because she lies so fucking much and makes so much shit up. But now as an adult, now learning how like shit really is with wealthy people, and then hearing what I've heard from my own family, so I'm just removed enough of it from the wealth so that I'm not a victim of it. And I am so grateful for that, because like I wouldn't want to be wealthy just so that I would rather be poor. I would rather suffer than to go through that kind of shit, than to be like a fucking sex slave for some satanic rituals, you know? Like, that shit really does happen. Like, my mom literally has talked about it for fucking years, and I never believed her until all this shit started coming out about, so I was very close to, we were from West Palm Beach. We have money, you know, like family has money or whatever. So like, I know girls who did sleep and go to Epstein's. I know 2 girls that did Epstein stuff, and I was that age bracket. I was just very scary of everything. And I was still virginal. And so I was just too afraid to do, I didn't need money that bad. I didn't need money that bad. What was I even going to do with that much money? Like, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. So, I would have just like probably like bought weed and like t-shirts or something. You know, I just don't, what would I even do with that money? So like, I didn't need it. Like, but like, I also auditioned many times to be on, I'm from South Florida. I auditioned to be on All That. I auditioned to be on What Would You Do? I auditioned to be on, we tried Double Dare when my mom and my stepdad were together, but he didn't want to do it when they were going to do it, so we didn't do it. but I came close. I didn't get the job. I was also through all that, like my childhood, I was doing gymnastics. I planned on being an Olympian. I wanted to go to the Bella Caroli Ranch because my family had money. I was still young at that time, so I was like under 6 or 7. My family still had money. My grandfather had just died, so like my mom still had a lot of money. So I was doing like gymnastics and all kinds of shit at that time. I was training. I had a horrific injury when I was like 9 or 10 where I dislocated both of my hips, and come to find out that the gym that we were using had been doing this like a bunch of scams and money laundering and stuff. So like anyway, it was just a shit show fiasco. But so like there have been times in my life, like many times, where I didn't get the job. I thought that I wanted to be on that show so bad, and to not get that job was like so devastating to me. The injury for gymnastics was so devastating to me. It just like ruined my gymnastics career, you know, like I can't do that now. And so then there's so I have been protected in painful ways. Like maybe it hurt, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it would have hurt if I had gone through with what I thought I wanted, what I thought was my dream, what I thought I really wanted. I was literally gonna walk headfirst into like pedo rings every fucking step, and I've been like literally, nope, you know, like nope, not you, nope, and I just get yoked out. It's like last Thanksgiving, it might have been the year before last, I had a little RV. I still owned this property, but I had bought a little RV and I was just doing little trips. And I was parked in Eugene, Oregon, in the middle of like the industrial area of town. And I kept hearing this truck drive by. It was bass. And I could hear it hitting the block and coming around, and hitting the block and coming around. And after about the 5th or 6th time I heard it drive by, I finally was like, I need to go look out the window and like see what this is about. So I went to go look out the window. And mind you, I was going to sit there and not leave. I was just like, I'm fine. You know, like it'll be fine. I'm just going to they'll go away. So that I go to look out the window, and there's these tables that like pull up like this and flap down. I forgot that I had the table extension up, and I put my hand on it and it just gave way. I literally busted my eye open. I have a scar right here now. I busted my eye open, like blood. I had a huge concussion. Like I had a huge black eye. I had a concussion. Anyway, so now I'm like sitting there, and this guy's driving around. Now he went by 27 times, all said, like between 25 and 30 times, all said and done. And so like he's driving around while I'm now like bleeding, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I drive myself? Like, what do I do? So I called someone I know in town, a friend, and she came to where I was, and the guy literally was still driving by when she pulled up. I was so confused, I couldn't tell her where I was. I was like, I don't know the name of the street. I like don't know where I was. Apparently seriously concussed. I probably should have gone to the hospital, but instead I just went to her house and cleaned myself up, and I gave myself butterfly stitches, and then I went to bed. You know, that makes so much sense. Why this eye, I feel that pressure behind my eye. I should go get my head looked at. I should go get a head scan. I bet I gave myself brain damage. I hit my head hard. But anyways, I know it's crazy because right before I busted my eye open, I was sitting there and I like spaced out for a second. You know, I was staring at my phone, but I was listening to the guy bassing. And so I was kind of like staring into the void, and I had a vision, okay, of a sound vision. Like it was just, I was hearing sounds. And so in that vision, the bass pulled in front of, like it got in front of me and then stood there for a second. And then I heard 2 car doors, dunk, dunk. And then I heard feet, choo, 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 choo. And next thing I know, my door just got yoked open, crowbarred open. And that's what I was like, I need to look out the window and see who this is and what's this about. I just knew if I'd stayed there, I was going to be a fucking absolutely robbed. Probably had everything taken from me, maybe my life. That is the only time in my entire career living that lifestyle, and I've done that literally my whole life. When I was 16, I bought a fucking Toyota Celica, and I literally moved into my Toyota Celica. I left. I just got out. I was gone. I was couch surf. I'd bounce around from friends' houses. My grandma used to say, I feel so bad for you, Heather. You just don't have a home to hang your hat. I was like, Grandma, my home is wherever I hang my hat. What do you mean? I live wherever I am. I love this. She hated it. But then I became a mom. I settled down, bought a house. Grandma passed away. And then my husband and I bought a motorhome in 2017. And I have lived on wheels ever since then. I have not lived in a house since 2017. Jesus does love me. I mean, Jesus is passed sadly, but, the Christ-like energy absolutely embodies us all. We all can embody it if we choose. I ask myself that every day. What would Jesus do? Embodying Christ-like energy is the absolute best thing that you can do as a person. Especially when it comes to dealing with other people and how other people will 100% hurt you. You cannot avoid that. You can't avoid how you choose to accept and react. You can turn the other cheek if you want to. It might be painful. It's harder. It's a lot harder to turn the other cheek than it is to just go up to someone and sock them right in the face. You know what I mean? So I'd rather do that. Holy shit, Melody. I have about 4 people who I know would have died in a car accident had they been wearing their seatbelt. That being said, I do know about 12 people who would have died if they weren't wearing their seatbelt. So for me, it's like kind of touch and go. I don't like those automatic locking seatbelts. I really hate those. But gotta wear them sometimes. I wear them on the highway. All good. That's cool. If I was a single girl just like on my own or like retire when I'm done raising babies and stuff, then I will definitely get a van and I will be doing van life. I will sell everything I own and I will buy a nice little minivan or a Sprinter van and I will just live in my van and I will just go wherever I want and I will park there and I will sit in the fucking back of my house, open the back door and stare at the pretty things while I swipe on my cell phone or read a book. Yes, Carlos, you are not wrong. I mean, we're about to be blown into primitive times here with what our government is doing. Did you know that now we're at war with, Iran? What's going to happen is the United States is going to get blown out of the Middle East and Israel will fall. And it's going to be I pray for the Middle East that they are able to liberate themselves from the clutches of Israel because it's pretty bad. But that being said, I pray for us as well because we are being controlled by Israel with our own money. In my opinion, allegedly. You should look up the Nostradamus, when Nostradamus talked to Dolores Cannon. If you've never read the Nostradamus predictions with Dolores Cannon and there's some guy, I can't remember his name, but look up Dolores Cannon, Nostradamus, and literally absorb that information. It is so good. It's so good. Even if she's making it up, the shit's fucking enlightening and good. So, even if she's full of shit, it's still good read. Oh my God. Jake was Jewish. It makes so much sense now. Everything makes so much sense now. Just realizing things. Except I've only been to California one time, Crimson Guitar. Well, that's not true, Lazarus. There is Jewish can be genetic. You can be genetically Jewish. You can be Ashkenazi Jew. You can be Hasidic Jew. There's also religious Judaism, which is, you know, there's Zionist. There's the Hasidic Jews. There's multi-facets to it. It's just like how there's Christianity, there's Baptist, there's Pentecostal, there's Catholic, there's Lutheran, there's different types, Mormon, there's different types of Judaism, but there is also genetically Jewish. I have like 6 chickens, a dog, a cat, and a 9-year-old. You know what's funny is all of the things that you don't like about Middle Eastern people as American citizens, that is mostly all propaganda made by Israel. And the funny part is that the only reason that the Middle East is looked at as if they're terrorists is because they have been terrorized for the last like 75 years. And I'm not just talking about Palestine, but like them too, obviously. The entire Middle East. Did you know that the first terrorist attack on record, okay, in modern history, was committed by the Zionist Party in Jerusalem before it was Israel, when it was still Palestine? And it was at the King David Hotel. I think it was in like 1946 or 1944 or something along those lines. It was right? Something like that? I can't remember. It was the first one on record, and it was committed by the people who turned around and owned and became Israel. Isn't that crazy? And did you know that Israel has done this many times? They have dressed up like Middle Easterners and committed terrorist attacks, like what they did in 1957 in Egypt, like what they did allegedly in 9/11. No, Sam, unfortunately, I've seen evidence of everything I'm saying. But please don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. I just want you to go, that doesn't sound right. That's weird. Let me go look that up. Let me go prove that. That can't be true. Go look it up. Just prove me wrong, please. Go look it up. I want you to. Remember, Google is owned by the same people, though, so you have to use something like Brave if you want to search on a search browser, or you can just look on Twitter and just look through the people who like work for companies who are making these, who are whistleblowers and who are outing this stuff. It's very interesting. Did you know that the United States just like 2 days ago said, no, we're not going to give you the 9/11 records. So we've filed for FOIA. We want all the records from 9/11. And do you know that they just denied it? They said no. Interesting. No, I won't shut up. Good, I don't want you to believe me. I just want you to prove me wrong. Dude, you know what though, Raymond? That's not true. I am heartbroken. Roseanne has been my absolute favorite for years, okay? I loved her show. I loved her comedy. I just like her personality. She's really brash, and I like that. Did you know that Roseanne is Jewish? She's fully for funding Israel, supporting everything that Israel is doing. They're against terrorists. Did you know by international law that we're not allowed to call Hamas a terrorist right now because they're because of like the fact that they've been like, there's some shit technical. I saw a fucking video about it. I'm not going to try to talk about it because I actually don't have the information. I didn't watch enough of it, but you should look that up at the international law about like what they're saying legally, that we're not, like, by legal definition, what they're not terrorists. But so, and the thing is like, I'm not liberal, and I feel very weird aligning in any way, shape, or form with like a lot of the youth, but I 100% do align with them on this. I'm not necessarily free Palestine, because I'm not for just freeing Palestine. Israel is fucking just fucking with everybody, dude, and like something needs to be done about this. And at the very least, we need to be no longer sending them our money. We work really hard to fucking feed our kids and to house our people, just to have like so much of our money taken away. We are taxed every time we purchase an item. We have to pay tax on that. Anytime we pump gas, we have to pay taxes on that. Anytime that we sell something or buy something, we have to pay taxes on that. We pay taxes out of our paychecks, our hourly wage. We're being taxed through the wazoo, and it's being sent to other countries for their well-being. Why? No. We don't want it, don't need it. What we need is our hard-earned money to be cycling in our own economy. We need to put the money into our own economy so that the money cycles through our own economy. And that is one reason why the Federal Reserve has got to go. Do you know they can end taxation if we eliminate the Federal Reserve? But they won't, will they? We'll see. Go see what Massey just put through the bill he just put through to end the Federal Reserve. Go look it up. Yeah, but Fox de Solida or whatever, I do pay taxes. I pay taxes every fucking year, and I also buy and sell things in this country. You have no choice. You buy food, they take taxes out. You go to the store, you pump gas, they take taxes out. Like it's not an option. Trump is in the pocket of Israel, so that's sad. But you got to realize that his daughter is married to Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner is a dual citizen with Israel, and his parents have business and money in Israel. So, of course, he's going to want to do what's in the best interest of his daughter and his grandchildren, because they could kill them. And they would. They don't care. Look at all the people that are just dying suddenly. You know? Nope. But you got to realize that also Hunter Biden's wife is also an Israeli spy. Hold on, I'll be right back. Well, first of all, Fox, that's none of your business, but I do own land, and I am current on property taxes. At least it's current. Dude, I'm on the internet, okay? I've got internet trolls that have interfered in my personal life, and like who call like all kinds of like county people on me all the time. If I wasn't doing things legal, I'd be dealing with a lot more than I am. But they come and they're like, sorry for bothering you again. Sorry for bothering you again. I am definitely not on OnlyFans. So here's the thing. I don't want to give country billions of dollars with the insurance that they will help if we're ever attacked. We won't be attacked if we stop interfering in other people's lives. Do you know that the other countries hate us because of what we are doing to them? Not just because we're Americans and we're existing. You know that, right? They're pissed at the way that they have been treated. They're pissed about what they've seen their people go through. They're pissed. And they have every fucking right to be. We act entirely too entitled. The country, the world is not ours. We are the problem. The United States is the problem. If we sever ties to Israel, we will no longer have, you understand that all of our enemies are Israel's enemies, right? You realize that, right? And the reason that we are in trouble is because of our affiliation with them. You do know that. You realize that, right? Like, just look at it on face value. We're funding war. We're funding bullshit. We're funding the creation. So in Ukraine, you know that we use Ukraine as our own personal laboratory. You realize that, right? We make all kinds of fucked up shit, viruses and things. Oh, Lazarus. I wish I was a rich girl. Actually, no, I don't. I'm very grateful that I have had this life. I'm very grateful for it. Very grateful. I am super grateful. I tell my son that all the time. I was just having a really great conversation. We were talking about Peter Pan syndrome in men and how, and we were kind of comparing the situation to men that we know in our real life. And I explained to him, I was like, well, you got to realize if you just look at it. So for example, the one person that we were talking about, I'm not going to say it right now, but so this one example, I was like, what you've seen is what you see the reaction, the results of is that person never having to be held accountable for their own actions, and that person never having to face their own self. They make choices and someone comes and rescues them all the time, then they're never going to understand, like sometimes you just have to endure things. And they will expect people around them to rescue them when they get into this place of whatever, they will just come to expect that. And so you cannot just give children everything they want as they're growing up. You can't just say, oh, okay, fine, you raised a big enough fit. Because if you do that, you're teaching the child who then becomes an adult that all they have to do is raise a big enough fit, and you and everyone around them will just do what they want. And so that's just how they will act as a monster. They will have no responsibility. They will have no fucking respect for other people and other people's needs and of the space that is needed to be shared with others. It'll be mine and theirs, and everything is about them. And I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in having that type of, I'm grateful that I had to suffer. And so let's say the time that I got arrested, literally no one came to rescue me because no one could afford to pay $100 bond. Okay, so I had to go to jail. I had to sit in jail. I had to wait till court. I had to do all the things because I didn't have anybody to come rescue me. It's tough, but it's good for you. I would never ever hire a captain to sail me across the seas that was his first time ever doing it. I'll pay the money necessary to make sure that I get a seasoned captain who I can count on to be able to handle tough situations because they've been through it. I don't want to hire a greenhorn who's never had to handle rough seas. I'd rather not pay to die, Well, I'm lucky for you, Renan. you probably had somewhat decent parents or adults in your life who taught you how to be an adult, but I didn't. I, at 8 years old, was the adult in my fucking household. My mom just disappeared. And then at 11, when I was 11, she had another baby, and then she just disappeared again. So it was just me and a couple other kids. So it's the blind leading the blind, okay? I had no idea how to be an adult or what to do until I was like almost 30. When I turned 30 is when I was just like, whoa, dude, I literally don't know shit. I got so much to learn, but I kind of like myself, man. I really kind of like who I am. So I'm 40 now, and I'm still fucking learning. I'm still having like aha moments of like, oh, whoa, no wonder, like, I've been having this issue with people, like, social cue, you know, like, I don't get them sometimes, like, whatever. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my kid. He's in trouble. Okay. He's not in trouble. She just texted and said he's not in trouble or anything, but she needs backup. The boys are running her ragged. Okay, load up. Let's go outside. Actually, I'll be right back. Come on, load up. Let's go. Come on. Or you can go in the car with me. Pick one. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Ooh, look at that one. Look how big it is. Ooh. Come on. Dude, come on, come on. Let's go. Come on. Orly, let's go. Alright, let me get some cat food. Here's some cat food. Oh, cat food. Come on, dude, I gotta go. You're such a good boy. What a good boy. Load up. Alright. Put the fan at the douche. Lots of cool breezing. Generator off. Keto. Oops, shoes. Dude, the shoes that I made are the coolest fucking water shoes ever. Can't believe I made these. They're so comfortable too. Oh, charge the water, charge the water, charge the water, charge the water. The fan just turned off, Heather. Turn the generator off, the fan just turned off. So glad I just realized that. The dog would be so hot. I almost fucked up, Orly. I almost fucked up. But I caught it. Okay, what's using so much power? Refrigerator. The refrigerator is fucking just absolutely demolishing my power supply. Trying to keep that freezer cool. Oh my god, I have ice cream. I forgot all about the ice cream. Alright, back door's open, we're good. Oh. Dude, I love this cup holder that TikTok sent me. I use it every day. I fucking love it. It holds my phone, even with my what's that thing called? The pop socket. Even with the pop socket on, it still holds my phone, which is awesome. And it turns fully sideways, and you can still fit your fucking giant Yeti cup in the cup holder. And it doesn't let the cup, like, so Yeti cup tips over in my normal cup holders. Any cup holders I have, it does not tip out of this one. It stays put. It's so nice. This is not a nice truck. I mean, I guess it's nice. It's a fucking Chevy Silverado, but I got lucky. I bought this truck from my very first Oregon Dread client. the day that I met her, she drove up in this truck, and I said to myself, man, one day I want a truck that nice. And 3 years later, I bought this truck from her. It just hit 200,000 miles, so I need to get rid of it because there's so much shit that's like broken on it, and the transmission is gonna go before too long. It has an oil leak. So I'm gonna sell my bus and trade the truck in, or sell the truck or whatever, and then I'm gonna get myself like a nicer truck. Like, I've been lucky that every time that I buy something that's decent, so I can at the very least sell it for something similar to what I bought it for. So like, I paid $5,000 for this truck, and I'm gonna try to sell it for $4,500, and I've had it for 3 years, so I think that's like pretty fucking great. And the bus, I'm probably gonna take a loss on the bus, but that's okay, because I was gonna give the bus away to a single mom if I can. So, but I don't know any single moms that could or would be able to take the bus, so I'm not gonna give it to them. All right, so you all right, truck? You okay? Please don't act like that. You're okay. There's no fans on or anything. What's going on? Sometimes the electronics stop working. I'm gonna sell it to this single mom for $4,500. I just talked to her last night. All right, I gotta go because my internet's gonna turn off as soon as I pass.